Hi everyone. So today I wanted to share with you an excerpt from a very beautiful book. It is called Sensitive is the New Strong. This book is written by Anita Moorjani, New York Times best-selling author of Dying to Be Me. So I had come to know about Anita, um, I think some 3 years ago, and I was very touched by her story of having a near death experience and coming back from that experience literally to humankind, to share her light with humankind. And I didn't know beyond this part of her life, but I soon, literally, you say now what is meant for you will find you sometime or the other. And then I came across a few of her writings about being an empath and being a highly sensitive person, a sensitive soul. So that's when I got to know about this book, and I got it for me, I think, around a couple of years back. I read it and I thought that this book was validating me and the existence of so many of other men and women who are like me. So this book is extremely helpful and can be also used as a guidebook for anybody who considers themselves to be an empath or an HSP or a highly sensitive person. So I would like to read out to you all an excerpt. That's how the introduction of the book starts. So I begin. Have you ever seen a child fall down and skin her knee and felt it in your own body? Have you ever been with a friend who's feeling anxious or distressed and felt the same discomfort? Do you feel drained around certain people? Anxious in a crowd? Sense when someone is not telling you the truth? Have you ever said yes to a request when every cell in your body was shouting no? Have you been told you're too sensitive, too emotional, weak, or that you care too much? Have you been asked, why can't you be like everyone else? If your answer to these questions is yes, then like me and so many of the people I talk to every day, the likelihood is that you're an empath, a highly sensitive person who feels and absorbs the thoughts, emotions, and energy of others. Empaths have a unique way of viewing and sensing the world. We feel things more deeply. We have a highly developed intuition. We assume that everyone sees the world as we do, but in fact, most don't, and because of that, we feel odd, different. The lines between ourselves and others are often blurred. We feel chastised, bullied, and made to feel flawed or ashamed. We are told to grow a thicker skin and be stronger. And if you're a guy, you've likely heard man up and boys or men don't cry. Criticism and disapproval hurt us more than most. To avoid the pain and to fit in, we often mold ourselves into what we believe others want us to be. As a result, we can become people pleasers and what I affectionately refer to as doormats. Both are just phases, not who you are. And because of the fear of ridicule, being bullied, or not fitting in, we also hide our gifts, and in doing so, our true selves, until we don't know who we are anymore. So I felt called to reread this book again last night before going to bed. And it felt so different than when I read it for the first time. I think you read a good book twice. The first time you read it, and the second time you understand it. So probably there's also going to be a third time for me when I'm going to apply it. So yeah, whichever time you're reading this book, it's going to definitely help you. It helps me. It did help me in my journey, in my understanding of my own self, being a highly sensitive person and an empath, to understand why certain things have happened to you, and that makes you aware of yourself and other people. So, being a sensitive person or being an empath is not an easy thing in this world. So, if you are an empath or a HSP, then I would say, please have practices, have rituals that make you get back to yourself. Whatever, it could be anything. It could be journaling, it could be meditation, it could be making some art just for yourself. So self-care is something that empaths has to have in their first priority list. It is not going to be for everybody, but for empaths it's a must. So before we anyway, once we wake up to our light, we anyway are going to be the light for other people. But we can be a better healer or a better uh, whatever we are choosing, our way to spread the light is through self-care. So it all starts from within. So please start taking care of yourself first, and then I'm sure you will chart your own way out um, for spreading your beautiful light to others. Another thing which I'd like to just say from this introduction itself. So there's this thing where she mentions that we we have a highly developed intuition. We assume that everyone sees the world as we do, but in fact most don't, and because of that we feel odd, different. So if you feel odd, if you feel different, you're not alone. It's just that you could be a highly sensitive person or an empath. So please read this book. This book has all the how do you know that you're an empath, and how do you wake up to the strength of being an empath and not consider it as a weakness. But then you have a reason to be here, born as an empath and having those unique skills and talents that you have, right? So there must be a reason for all of that. So find out what is that reason that you have. They are your unique mission in life. Yeah. So take care of yourself, and do let me know if you like this video. Please comment if you consider yourself an empath. Please share your experiences. Have you read this book, Sensitive is the New Strong by Anita Moorjani? If you have, please tell her tell her that she's doing an amazing job. So thank you Anita, for bringing us this book and sharing your light through many other ways that you have. You have other books also. I haven't read all of them. This is the first book, and I'm sure many of them are going to come that I'll be also reading. So thank you so much everyone for listening. Take care, stay blessed.